a wet jacket is located in a compartment either under or
Well, hey there folks, Mike here, and welcome to Glasgow, Scotland. In this episode of Trillium Hikes, we are here to hike to the most remote pub in all of the UK. And the way that that's going to transpire is we have one night stay here in Glasgow. We've already been here for a number of hours because our flight arrived at like 6:45 this morning. And we had to do a little bit of shopping because we are not able to bring any kind of meat or dairy product into the country, so our meals had to be purchased here, as well as our fuel canister, things of that nature. So we did some shopping, we bummed around the city a little bit, we explored, and needless to say, we have finally been able to check in at our hotel. So tonight we spend one night. Tomorrow we take a train to Glenfinnan, which is roughly 4.5 hours away. Spend one more night there in somewhere very, very cool. It's an old sleeper car for the rail system. From there, we start hiking for 3 days to a tiny little village called Inverie in Knoydart. And there we will find a community of a whopping 110 people with a pub, a brewery, and a number of places for accommodations. So it should be a very epic journey through the Highlands of Scotland. Both Paul and I are here. We're both really looking forward to the trip, and of course a lot of views to yet to come. In terms of what's after that, we will spend 2 nights in Knoydart / Inverie, do a little bit of day hiking, and then we will not hike back but rather take a ferry to Mallaig and take the train back to Glasgow for 2 more nights, where we'll be exploring the city a little bit more relaxed, and then finally fly back to Canada. So total of 9 days in Scotland. It's going to be an epic journey. Hope that you'll be sticking around to watch it unfold episode by episode. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll see you soon. Hey there folks, Mike here. There's not much really to see behind me other than just one of the older city centers, but I wanted to show you what I have packed for this trip. It's a little bit different because we have a mix of backpacking and day hikes, as well as some exploring in Glasgow itself. So it's not going to be 100% backpacking and ultralight kind of gear. So I thought I'd show you what I have packed. So on that note, our hotel room at the Millennium Hotel in Glasgow. So to start things off, now we are not able to bring with us anything that is meat or dairy. So Paul and I had to buy our meals here in Glasgow. So it's going to be very interesting to try out a European dehydrated meal system. But we were able to bring our snacks. So this is a DCF food bag from Adotech, or Advanced Outdoor Technologies, which is a Canadian company for the food bag itself. And my snacks for breakfast and lunch are basically oatmeal packs, Fiber One bars, Nature Valley bars, Nutri-Grain bars, and some Vega electrolytes. So that's basically my meal. And we only have 3 days of backpacking, so hence the 3 meals. I should really only need 2, but I'm going to bring a third just to be on the safe side. And then of course I have a long-handled Sea to Summit spoon. For anyone that was watching my videos on Pakasa, you'll know that my foot has been giving me some grief. So I did pick up some kinesiology tape while we were here in Glasgow. A little badge for home, and this is Smidge, which is, as you can see, it's 8-hour protection from midges, ticks, and mosquitoes. So it's just like a little bit of a spray for, and apparently they have a really bad tick problem this year here in Scotland. This is a waterproof case for memory cards. Now, my camera that I'm using right now to film this is just uses like the nano-sized memory cards, but I use this just to add a little bit of extra protection. But I also have a USB adapter here if in case I need it. And behind one of these is my SIM card from Canada, because I purchased one for Scotland. Electronics, I have extra batteries for the DJI action camera, 2 battery banks, 26,800 milliamp hour from Charmast, an Anker dual port wall port. I also have an adapter for Scotland, which is my currently in use to charge my cell phone. And for a day pack, my lovely wife allowed me to use her sling bag from Mountain Equipment Co-op. Got a couple of pouches here, just enough space for stuff that we need to pick up along the way. And Paul was quite excited about our trip, so he made all these little maps in sections to track our trek through the Highlands. I have a mid-layer sweater hoodie from Mountain Equipment Co-op, my journal, and continuing on, we have toilet paper, wipes, and a trowel. In a Sea to Summit dry bag, I have long sleeve Tech 2.0 Under Armour long sleeve shirts. I have one short sleeve shirt, some extra socks, underwear, and one extra pair of pants. Again, this is going to be different from your typical backpacking trip because we're actually going to be out and about in the city, and I don't want to smell like a backpacker. Similarly, my hygiene and personal cleaning kit is going to be different, so we're going to have a few hotel stays. So deodorant, I could probably have something smaller than this, but packing up in a hurry, that was the only thing I could grab very easily. I do have another Sea to Summit dry bag for all this stuff, as well as my toothbrush, shower gel. I have some earplugs, soap leaves from Sea to Summit. Sorry, that's upside down. A Sea to Summit clothesline, just in case we get wet and we need to dry some stuff off. We have a waterproof match container, the BRS stove, titanium pot. That's a 1250 milliliter pot with that little insulating material that you can get at any hardware store. I do have a ferro rod, mini compass with thermometer, and here I have a buff as well as a bandana, microfiber towel. Getting up into the sleep system, I have a Sea to Summit Reactor sleeping bag liner that will add a couple of degrees of warmth on top of the Thermarest Neo Air sleeping pad. Water filtration is a Sawyer Mini. Mountain Equipment Co-op Deluxe pillow. That's going to be my treat to myself in terms of the backpacking stuff. Just a little bag for the water treatment stuff. And the tent, just in case we actually need it, is my 3F UL Lanshan Pro 2. But hopefully our bothies will kick in and we won't have to use the tent, and I'll get to that in another video. Coming back actually across, so with just a ball cap for head protection, Tega rain jacket. This is Rain Dance from Tega Works, which is a company based out of Vancouver, British Columbia. For extra warmth, I have the Lightened Equipment Tord jacket. Very, very lightweight. In case it does get cold, I do have a toque. Mountain Equipment Co-op backpack rain cover. First aid kit, of course. And this, for anyone that has not seen my videos already, this is a rubberized mesh, and mainly for when I'm actually using the tent. And it just goes between the floor of the tent and the sleeping bag, and it helps keep things from sliding and slipping as I roll in my sleep, which I do a lot. Gloves. This is the brain to my Granite Gear Crown 60 Drop Edition. Of course, I have my Enlightened Equipment quilt and another Sea to Summit Ultra Sil dry bag, and my trekking poles, which are from Gerbil. So that is my kit all together. The only thing missing is my cell phone, which is a Samsung S23 Ultra, a power adapter, one cable, and water, which we'll be picking up later on. I have a golf shirt for when we're in town. And to give you guys a view of the square as a little bit of a wrap up. Lots of rain today, but not coming down in torrents. But very cute little town so far. A lot of old buildings. Very, very cool stuff. Anyways, folks, that's the gear that I have for this trip, and more to come, so stay tuned. Till then.